get started then, and I'm sure Guy will join because he said he was coming. So um how is everybody?
Okay.
Good, good, good. Okay. Lindsay, I've been hearting the beautiful social media. It's really amazing.
Thank you. You're one of the few people. I'm trying. I don't know. I'm putting the stories out there, opportunities that the council is posting. So
Great.
yeah.
I don't know how you're doing the magic, but whenever I'm on Instagram and I see the Wakefield Arts Council, I'm hearting it.
Anybody watching at home later on, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Wakefield underscore art, Wakefield underscore arts underscore council. Okay.
Okay. And yes, I have been watching, believe it or not, the local channel and seen other councils meetings. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like,
Yep. We're gonna be on there.
yeah. So, okay. I'm too old to care what people think.
It just makes me wish I had better lighting in my basement.
Okay. So I guess what I should have put on the agenda for this time, and I always forget this, is to first things first is to do the minute, is approve the
Right.
minutes from last time, which Jess, thank you so much for sending them. I remember you doing them on that meeting, so that's beautiful. And isn't it amazing? How has 6 months gone by since our last meeting? It's crazy.
Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let me open them.
So yeah, I think
I think we did everything on them.
yeah, I think so, because it was mostly about the event.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
One
Uh-huh.
thing, I don't think I've received any receipts for reimbursement on that. I'm not sure. I mean,
Oh.
it was a while ago, so
You
I
mean
didn't have
like
any.
you mean like
for the food.
didn't I buy it?
Yeah, but you can get reimbursed for that
Yeah, that's okay. It's fine.
because
And
we have a budget for this.
That's okay. We can just like use it for something else, like if we ever do tabling or
Mhm.
um I don't
Does
know.
it roll over or does it expire?
That I don't know because it's never been an
We
issue.
always use it all up. Okay, we
Mhm.
should double check, Lori, because you might need to
Right.
just get reimbursed anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I
know if
didn't
it's a
put in
use it or lose it
receipts for
situation.
paper goods or plasticware or any of that. I just bought it
And
this year.
I had to donate the wine because you're not allowed to buy
Right.
wine.
Oh,
So
that's right.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That was very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I took most of it home.
Oh. Your
I
hair
think
looks
everybody
awesome,
wanted the
babe.
rosé and nothing else.
The rosé. Oh gosh. Let's see. You know what I hate is the on an iPhone an attachment. But okay, so the first one was we voted to approve the minutes from the last one, which was in February. Do we have to do I have to read each one? I guess we do.
I think if people have a chance to review, or if people want to just review it, and then if anybody sees any errors
Okay.
and says, oh, that
How
wasn't what happened,
yeah.
um then or if there's a name spelling that needs to be changed, like basically you're looking over to see if it seems right, and
Okay.
if it does, then somebody will make a motion to approve, and then we'll second it and people can approve.
Okay.
It's a little bit because our meetings are spaced apart. I feel like for the HRC meeting, which is once a month, it's easier to remember everything really quickly. But
Yeah.
so if this, unless anybody sees, I mean, particularly for name changes or something that we need to kind of, if you see something that didn't get done that we should add to this agenda, then then that's pretty much it.
Okay, I see. Thank you for that. I'm so glad you're a council chair for another, because it's helping a lot.
It's I'm learning on that one as well. So
And these are great. Like, these are so complete, and there's so
Mhm.
much, like, look, even down to at 7:12, we called the meeting to order. You're killing
7:06
it.
tonight. Thanks.
It
Ooh.
was 7:06,
No, it's tonight. It's 7:06. So
and we're killing it. We're already
Yeah.
6 minutes
So
earlier than we were
yeah, there we go.
last time.
So yeah, so that's that. So I think um
Is B still a member? I think that's the only
Well,
question I
she
have.
never,
She didn't
yeah, she
respond.
never, she doesn't respond to any emails. In
I
the
think
last communications about like this one, I didn't include her in the thing.
so. There is and I'm not this is nothing against B, who I don't know, I don't think. If we ran into this as in the other council, if somebody just really doesn't show, and if you've reached out and they haven't responded, I think after 3 or 5 meetings, I think that they may just no longer be part of it. I can check with Sherry Dalton
I
about
read
that.
it. I read it on Sunday when I sat down and read my handbook. I
Okay.
saw that it was called something like abandonment or something, and it was based on how many like of those events or meetings that the individual council member missed. And then there's something that, yeah, we can do. So all right.
Our meetings are so spaced out. I mean, it
Yeah,
would take her a
yeah.
year to miss 3 meetings at the rate.
Yeah.
So maybe we apply a different criteria,
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. It's good. It means she can relax about it and really make that
Right.
decision. But if if she doesn't show at any point, and
I
if
think,
we we
yeah.
make a good in good faith make an effort to get
Yeah.
and make sure
Yeah,
everything's
for sure.
okay as well, then
Yeah.
then eventually we don't have to add her to the thing anymore. And I don't think we have to do anything. But I can
I
check with Carrie Dalton.
Sounds good. I do have one edit because I think on the notes, her name is spelled B-E-E, but I think she goes by B-E-A.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Yeah, that kind of thing is helpful because I feel like sometimes I'm just doing it by hearing.
She did, I remember, like in the very beginning when we were socializing a time, she responded that she couldn't do a time. And I believe, I'll look back, but I believe that was the last I had any communication with her. So, all right, so we'll put that on as a topic that I will then next time we meet, I'll tell you guys when the last time when she communicated, and then we can maybe talk about that abandonment thing, because we have met, many times
Right.
since that, because it's been like a year now, I think. So, okay.
Great.
So does somebody want to like make the motion to approve, and then somebody will
Motion to
second it?
approve the minutes.
I second it.
And Jess, you're writing those down tonight, right?
Yep. I'm writing these down tonight. So it's a motion to approve with that change that I just made to the name spelling. Thanks
Okay,
for that.
awesome.
So Diana made a motion to approve, Marlene seconded it, and I say yes to approve, and then everybody has to verbally say yes.
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 Okay, awesome. Wow, you guys meet once a month, huh? So you guys are busy.
Yeah, it's especially in fall, there's a lot of events coming up.
I was
But-
gonna say,
Yeah.
we basically do two things. We give the money and then we say, congratulations for the money, here's an event.
That's right.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good council, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, so the first one was we were going to talk about Diana's very difficult job of giving the money, literally
It's
giving the
not
money.
that bad right now. It's only just bad like in January and probably maybe next month.
Yeah. But what percentage are a fully, grant,
So,
the grant has gone, the money's gone to them and everything's put to
yeah,
bed.
so I did do a little highlight on the sheet. Hold on.
Okay,
Um, so 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 11 um grants still need to be sent out
so is that about
out of
fifty
22.
percent?
So that's half. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Well, Diana, is there anything we can do?
As far as that is concerned, I mean, as I said, as I said last time, I was going to send out a quarterly newsletter. I didn't think the first quarter made a lot of sense to do it
Yeah,
after rethinking it, but I did send one out in the beginning of September when it was 6 months, and I did get some response to that. So that was good. And actually, at least a couple of these, it's two different grants for the same people. So
because that's good. So you'll hit
yeah,
two birds with one stone sometimes.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So that's good.
And
Well,
so I'm
maybe,
imagining some of these, it's just they haven't, the event hasn't happened yet.
or that, yeah, yeah. Well, it probably will be a rush at the end, but we can have a meeting. You can assign some people to like help you chase people and we'll do it together this year.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's going to be later this year as well because we did it in March.
yeah, I remember we sent the letters out kind of late.
Yeah, because we had the issues with the extra money and also trying to sort out 2023 before we could do 2024.
Right, yeah.
And we had a lot of holdouts.
Guy said he got stuck at work,
Okay.
uh, dealing with work emergency. Okay, so Guy's not coming.
Okay.
Um, okay. What about the financial reporting? Are you all set with that?
So it's supposed to be done in October, so I need to basically I was gonna do it today and then I forgot. I need to contact Jackie in order to get them to send me their report, and then I
Yeah,
have to kind of input everything with a few changes on my end, include like the administrative costs and that. Um, there's always like one little thing that ends up
yeah,
holding everything up.
yeah.
So I just got to make sure to start earlier this year. So because I think I waited until almost the end. Well, because the thing was is like oh yes, that was it. So the town hall had the report back in June and didn't forward it to me because I
Oh, I
think they
think
were
I
waiting for
remember
me.
that.
I think they were waiting for me to ask. And
Okay.
then it was almost November by the time that I got it. So I'll make sure to ask tomorrow, or
Well,
I'll email tonight so that she'll have it in your email in the morning.
and if you want me to like meet you somewhere and I can help you, like, just like two eyes or help like add things up or any way to help at all, I could totally do
Yeah,
that.
once that comes around, I'd be happy to have I'd be happy to have
Okay.
second set of eyes. I don't think we need to meet in person for it necessarily, but
Okay.
if I could send it your way, or actually it'll probably be on the MCC site.
Okay.
So I can just let you know if you could log in and take a look at it,
Okay.
and
For sure.
anybody that wants to.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that, and what's the date in October that that's due?
Good question. I will let you know. Um, I can look for it now, but if I don't find it,
October 16th, I think.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Thank you. Um, that,
oh yes, yes,
so,
it says October 16th. Yeah.
okay. And
So
if we have to like,
I don't think it's going to take 3 weeks to do.
okay, whenever you get it, send it my way and I'll look at it. Not that I'm like, I'm terrible, but if you just tell me what I'm looking at,
Yeah,
I'll,
this is my weak spot. I mean, I'm happy to do spreadsheets and send stuff out and whatever and keep track of that, but yeah, the financial report is always a little bit more tricky for me.
yeah. I was absent that day when we learned, balance sheets. Okay. So what's the next thing? Any other business or was there something else? Oh, no, we were gonna talk about, whether we want to meet in person for the voting meeting.
Um, before we move on to that, is it part of financial to talk about the reimbursements, or is it
Yeah.
a question of how to do it? Was there a question of doing it differently?
Oh, yes, we could, but I already sent in the, August 31st, and so I don't, when
Okay.
we did the how we run our council every year,
Okay,
I said we were gonna stick to the
Oh,
reimbursement
okay.
thing,
okay,
but we could, I'm sure we could change it if we want to, which is having them do the reimbursements, having MCC, that instead of it going to the town and stuff. I forgot all about that, yeah. Which we probably should do that. It seems like a lot of communities are doing that, and it seems like it would save the town money and time, because
Yeah.
time is money. And it may or may not save us time. I mean, because
It may not.
yeah,
yeah,
I'm not sure the pros and cons. I just know it was a question, and I wanted to see if anybody had strong thoughts one way or another while we're talking.
yeah, that's a great, something to bring up. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna pull it off the MCC website, like what it is, and
Okay,
I'll send it to everybody.
okay,
It was called something about
It's
reimbursement.
called, I think it's called direct payment or direct
Oh, yes,
reimbursement or
thank you.
something like that,
Yeah.
as opposed to reimburse after the fact.
okay.
I think it's direct payment, but I'm not sure of that, Laurie. I
So
read it a while ago.
Lori will share info from MCC.
Yeah, I'll just copy and paste
Okay.
the information about that. Thank you, Jess. That's a
Sure.
great point, because we probably should move into the 90s with that.
The
Not
Oh,
90s. I
90s.
think it's
at
pretty
least
new.
the
I think it's pretty
90s,
new.
Laurie. Maybe the 2000s.
I mean, that did used to be the expression, but yeah.
Um,
Great.
Okay. All right. What else about financial reporting, reimbursements? Anything?
Nothing.
Good. Okay. So, you guys want to meet in person for the voting?
You know, I learned something pretty recently at my
Okay.
meeting. I do some work with Dan McGrath for the ACE and the rec department. Guess what, folks? We
Do tell.
can't just meet in person. We have to meet somewhere where there's an official recording device for the town. And right now, there are exactly 4 places where that happens. The
Oh.
public safety building, we can use that conference room, 2 conference rooms at town hall, and the heritage room at AmeriCal. But that recording device, Dan told me, isn't working as well as it should. In fact, if Guy was here, I didn't volunteer him. I said, well, gee, we have somebody on the Arts Council who's a DJ. Maybe he can come in and help you, Dan, because Dan said it's, but that's all. We can't simply, like, we can't go to ACE and do it. ACE, Albion Cultural Exchange for anybody. We can't go to ACE because there's no recording device. Dan said we cannot. Now, Sherry, you're going to hear me. I'm saying the truth. We cannot record on our phones. That's not official, or our
Yeah.
computers. We have to use one of the rooms where the recording is officially going to town hall. Sherry has set that all up. So
because
Okay.
it
Well, we
still
could go
has,
to
it
town
really
hall.
limits where we can go. Like even the library, they have nice conference rooms, but
Yeah,
they don't have
that's what
that
I was
official
thinking.
recording thing. So that's just a thought. I thought I'd throw that out there.
yeah,
All
'cause
right.
it has to be put up on television, right? So, I mean, a town hall conference room is fine by me.
Okay.
I'm not,
Me too.
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't know how easy they are to get. I guess if there are only 3 and people
Yeah,
do
I
want to meet in
mean,
person, they ought to be accessible, but I don't know that.
my only thing is like we tend to meet
In the
late in the
night.
evenings.
And that
Yeah,
requires, I believe, that they keep a custodian on.
yeah.
yeah, we have to just see, because I just I got invited to a meeting at a town hall conference room, and the meeting was from 4:30 to
Yeah.
6 or something, which is, I mean, not entirely convenient for
Nope.
the
And
working.
And the one I went to there was 6 to 7, and the custodian was clearly almost at the end of his shift in terms of cleaning things up. The great place to do would be the Heritage Room, but I don't know if Dan has, been able to make arrangements or if there's a way to get that recording device fixed.
Well, since we're not, I mean, let's think when would be a good time to do an in-person meeting just for our schedules.
You mean like what time of day?
No, just like when would we want to
Oh, I
have
was
that meeting?
thinking of doing it in person just for the one where we do the voting, which is
Right.
usually like in the first week of
Yep.
December, which
Okay.
is
And
a
we
tricky time anyway for people.
Yeah.
Because
we should
it's,
allow for 2 hours because we
Grant decisions
sometimes,
are due January 16th.
yeah,
Okay. So so why don't we
Well, let's just get our availability and see if it matches up with room availability.
that's a great
Yep.
idea, Lindsay.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it would have to be, I mean, something in the evening. It would have to be the evening.
right,
6 to 7 works for me if for something and it's although the custodian might be wrapping up, if it's a
right.
reality of what has to be done, then it is. But we can look into a few options for the rooms and
And
people can.
let me circle back with Dan on when, if,
Okay.
who is going to be fixing, I mean, there
Yep.
can't be so few places where we can meet in town and have the recording and all of that work. If
Yeah,
there's
and I think
one
it
where
has
there's
to be.
equipment that needs.
Yeah, and it has to be, it also has to be, ADA like it has to be
Exactly,
fully
exactly.
accessible, like it has to be,
Which Americala is, the Heritage
right,
Room
those
is.
two buildings are,
Yeah.
so.
And as is, and I wouldn't mind if we met at that public safety building that's not that far. It's only up that little hill on Princess Street. That also has a conference room.
Okay.
So there are four. There really are four. Two at Town Hall, the public safety building, and the Heritage Room at Americal with broken equipment or with equipment that needs to be brought on.
Um, for early December, is there any period of time that anybody's away on vacation or traveling?
Pardon?
Yeah, but I need to look up the dates. If we can do it over email later,
Sure, yeah, I think that
I'll send it to you guys.
we can do a doodle.
I was gonna say, I'll do a doodle.
Okay.
Okay.
And we can socialize some dates and, um, I mean, I hate to do it. Did you say January 16th is when
Correct.
our,
Yeah,
I hate to wait till like after Christmas and New Year's, but I suppose it's kind of like it's 2 full weeks. I suppose if we have to push it to that,
right.
we could,
I mean,
but
maybe we let room availability determine it. And if we find
yeah.
something around the 20th or around the 15th of December that's available and, we're ready to do it. I mean, really reviewing the grants. When
When,
can we start? After
yeah,
they
I was gonna say,
close, right?
when are the applications due?
October
Um,
15th, I thought.
Yeah, earlier in December, once you hit the 20th,
It's too late.
I'm I got no idea because the holidays will have me up a
Okay.
Christmas tree.
So we should do,
So
well, if the grants close on the 15th, when can we get our panel books and
Well,
start reading?
I was wondering that when are the panel books available to us? And it seems like we don't have that date,
No,
which
I
would
was
be,
wondering that, is it by the end of October? That still would give us the entire month of November to review the panel book, so we could easily meet in early December. And
let
that's a
me,
whole,
yeah, let me find out first when the panel books are available to us, and then I'll send a kind of a big doodle.
okay,
Because we're gonna need a lot of dates,
Yeah.
if we're gonna be also socializing for a room, and with the mindset that if it doesn't work out, that we don't get a room, we can always still do it
do
by
it,
Zoom, but it would
Yeah.
be nice, I
Yeah.
think,
yes.
to meet.
And
Yeah.
we could bring refreshments.
Yeah,
Mhm.
oh, if that would just allow, that would be lovely.
I don't know if it's it may not, it actually may not be allowed.
At
If I
town
think
hall, I
maybe
don't know. At Americal, I think it would
at
be.
Americal, it would be probably, I bet at Town Hall, it's not, I don't know about the public safety building, but I bet at Town Hall, it's not.
Okay,
But we'll figure that out.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
mean,
So-
I've done things at the library, and even though there's a thing that says no food, we've had food at meetings.
Hey, this
And
is on TV, Marlene.
okay, so
Yeah.
that people don't want to see us chomping away Okay,
No, I mean, I just meant.
I know what you're saying.
Okay, you guys, I want to read we got a nice letter dated September 18th in the whack box. No,
Oh.
actually, this came from, went to town hall and Sherry sent it to me. It says, Dear distinguished members of the Wakefield Arts Council, on behalf of my fellow Wakefield Porch Fest committee members, please accept my heartfelt gratitude for the $750 grant you awarded us. When we started planning, we set a goal for ourselves of 20 hosts and 25 acts. On September 7th, our wonderful town had over 100 musical acts performing at over 45 locations throughout Wakefield.
Fantastic.
3 of our committee members performed and 2 of us opened up our homes. My husband did an unscientific count as we had over 250 people in our backyard. What an amazing day for Wakefield. This is a credit to your generosity. Tonight we will meet to begin planning Wakefield Porch Fest 2025. We so appreciate the Wakefield Arts Council being part of this new town tradition. Attached, please find a copy of our budget receipts for our expenses, the reimbursement form, and a copy of an article from the Wakefield Daily Item reviewing the event. Please let me know if there is any information I missed or if you have any questions. Again, thank you so much for being part of a truly magical day for our community. Lisa Santangelo.
Please forward that to me.
Yes, I was going to say, so this wasn't in the whack box. Okay,
No, it was not.
I'm forwarding it right now. Okay. So that, and then also then, I think Rhonda Drafts, did you get her stuff?
Which one's that?
She's that music at the Dutton
No,
family.
I've not seen that yet.
Okay, then Sherry sent it to me on September 23rd, which I don't even know when that was.
That was
Last
3
week.
days ago. I did check it. I think I checked it yesterday or today, and I didn't see anything new.
Okay, she must have
20th.
sent it directly to town hall. I'll send you these 2
Great.
forms.
Thank
The
you.
Porch Fest, so that's good. Now we're down to like 9 that
Yeah.
aren't in yet.
Well, no, music. If Rhonda has 2 of them, so
She's
thank
got
you
2,
for-
that's right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Laurie, when we gave the grant to the Porch Fest, did it actually say Porch Fest or did it say something different? I don't
It's in Porch
remember.
Fest.
It's at Porch
It-
Fest.
It did.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna even go back and look because I didn't remember seeing Porch Fest as an actual. Okay.
Yeah. When I
Did you-
opened the panel book, I was so excited to see a
Oh,
Porch
okay.
Fest. Yeah.
It's completely out of my head. So did you meet with Ike or whatever?
No, that's the other thing. He had a sick child on that
Oh,
day, so we didn't meet. But honestly, I didn't read my handbook well enough. Like we couldn't, like, just a bunch of us couldn't
no, it couldn't.
go
We
down
can't.
and meet him at the coffee shop and
Because
talk
Jess
about.
dreams about open meeting law, Jess.
I woke up and I was like, oh wait, we can't do that.
Right.
But yes, if they want to present something to us, since you haven't been able to connect, if they want to present something to us, like an idea or a way to collaborate or do that, I actually think it might be nice for them to do it in a meeting, even
Me
if it's
too.
a sub meeting that we don't do like this. It can be like, you still have to do it 72 hours in advance to post to the site, but if we did a Zoom sub meeting, it might be something that would inspire other groups too to think in that way, of ways to collaborate or ways to talk out what some of their ideas are going forward to the future. So I think, in that way, it could be an opportunity, because I think we are all, time permitting, interested in like hearing what people have to say and expanding some of the programs, or helping them to expand if they have ideas or questions.
Right.
Absolutely.
I
And
think that's a
rewind
great
back
idea.
a second.
Mhm.
Yeah, so first of all, I don't know if this helps you, Marlene, the requester for Wakefield Porch Fest was listed under Julianne Orsino.
Okay, so that's why. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't, you know?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
wasn't
I
listed
probably
as an
remember the
organization called
description.
Wakefield Porch Fest. It was under an
Right,
individual.
and
And the other
probably described the event and the music, but it didn't immediately. But it was very exciting to see our name on the back of the T-shirts as I walked around town.
Yeah, it was
I
nice.
thought, wow, there we are. Look at that.
And small little point, musicdance.edu, they did said submit their stuff, so
Oh,
I
she
did that
did.
back in
Okay.
August.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's great. Okay. But I'll still send you the Porch Fest stuff.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so one thing about that is I remember seeing a couple of times that we as a local council have an opportunity. Now, I'm not sure if it's to get some of our own money, so some of our bucket that we get every year, to do our own event. You know what I'm saying? Like we could do, you guys want to do something, you know what I mean?
Right.
And we give ourselves money to do some cultural event. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or there may be a possibility that we get extra money as the local council to do something, but I
That's
haven't,
separate from administrative costs?
I'm
Yes.
sorry?
Is that separate from the
Yeah,
administrative
Yeah.
I think it's like
budget?
a thing like we would be also like an entity, like these people that we're helping fund,
Okay.
and we could be like that and do something. Because I remember ticking a box that said, do you have a your own
I
you
think I
know,
vaguely remember that, yeah.
yeah. So I got to look into that, because maybe that could be something that we could get a little creative, maybe do a collab with another,
Yeah,
town thing or some,
But
or
can't,
just,
but
There,
we can't, but we can't collaborate with somebody
well,
who's applying for a grant, can we?
what I was going to say is see what maybe reach out to if you know anybody in other towns or on other councils, or even see if our contact at did my sound go?
no,
no,
I hear
No,
you.
it sounds fine.
Something in the house just stopped running. Um got very quiet. Um but so um see if what other towns might do to
Well,
give us an idea.
Melrose just had their own Porch Fest.
That's right.
Well, but I mean, not like I guess it would be nicest if whatever it was supported all arts groups.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I
so
mean?
there's um at least one Mass Cultural Council opportunity for organizations to apply, and I think we fall under it. Their last deadline was June 2024, so I guess we have to wait till the next cycle opens, and I can send that link around and we can look and see if we're eligible. I did see, I was at the Melrose Town Day, um, and they did have, the Melrose Arts Council did have a booth at their town day. So if there's other opportunities for us to do something like that, like maybe the farm, well, it's a
Could
little
do
late
that
now for a
next town
farmer's
day.
market, or
Yeah, we just
that
missed
like
it, so.
Wakefield by the Lake event
Right.
that was in what, August?
Yeah,
So
I
I don't know
think
if there's other opportunities throughout the year that like there are
We could do
booths
that.
that we could show up at.
Yeah, I think our
um
actual town day
It
was
was
last weekend.
especially fun in the rain. I mean, that was really very, very energizing.
I think in November, Wakefield 101 would be the next one
Yeah.
that comes up. I don't know the exact date of it, but I think that it's in the AmeriCal Center and it's another tabling event. I have it on our agenda from last
Mhm.
And
time.
I would love to do that. I like tabling. I table with organizations I belong to, but the problem, unfortunately, is if we're tabling in November, well, we're telling people, but the next grant cycle doesn't open for so long. So we're saying, yes, this
Yeah.
is what we do, blah, blah, and the next grant cycle opens in September. And this is November, but I guess that's okay because it's still a way of saying who we are and what we do.
Well, people
Well,
can plan in advance.
Right. And we should have
yeah.
something that we pass out though, because
Well,
people,
I think I guess the
oh,
yes.
can we use our administrative expense, Diane? Can we use our administrative expense for Wakefield 101? What's left in it? When does that have to be spent by?
Mm, I think I mean, I would have preferred that it would be
You're frozen.
16th.
You froze.
You froze, so we didn't hear you.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying that I would prefer to have either at least earmarked it by the time I hand in the
Oh.
financial report.
Oh, okay. And you've done that.
Well, I know I haven't. It's due the 16th.
Oh, So if we took a little bit of the administrative money and made a nice flyer and then paid for having it copied, and we took a little bit of the administrative money and had, because people always have bowls of things, and maybe we had some, a bowl of some kind of candy or something, and another bowl with, oh hell, colored pencils, because we are an arts council. But if we had something and we tabled and we earmarked what that would cost, we could do that, couldn't we?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think if we want to
I'll
do
double check, but I believe so.
if we want to do a table, I think that I feel like there's two ideas going on, and I think that maybe there's a third thing that I've heard us talk about in the past. If we do tabling, we should have some kind of something. Gotta have something to give away to people, so that because otherwise, I mean, I don't stop by tables that don't give me a lollipop at least.
Well, that's what I mean. A bowl of
I
food, a bowl of
mean,
colored
come on.
pencils.
But so we would have, if we wanted to do some tabling, we should, I think that there's like, we can pull from the budget to do a little bit of that.
And a
Something like-
flyer that described who we are and what we do
Yeah.
and when the next grant cycle is. And
Yeah. Then the second thing I've heard us talk about in the past is doing some kind of informational event. I think you've done it in the past too, like helping people with grants or Lori, I think you've mentioned that in the past at some point that's been something that was done.
Yeah, but there's so much we can point them to
I was
on,
going to say what we could
Yeah.
do is we could attach to whatever we give away. We could put a QR code that sends them to the MCC page.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
yep,
because they even have YouTubes for grant
Mhm.
seekers and then grantees that, how to do your reimbursement or even how to first time apply for a grant. So
yeah,
they,
but yeah,
they're a
sending them
wealth
to the
of
MCC
information at the
page.
state level there.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah,
Do we put
because they
any,
have so much information there.
do we put any of these links on Facebook too?
I suppose we could.
Sure.
If we wanted to.
If anyone
That's
has anything or has access, feel free to post or send it to me and I'll post it.
cool. And then the other thing is the kind of like an unknown box of like, do we want to do more? And I think that
Yes.
I think that was my recommendation on that was see what other councils might be doing because
Yeah.
it's very vague to me. It's not that I'm against doing something more. I just don't know what that more would be.
Yeah, I
Right.
think we should find out if we have any money available to us now or like what we can apply to either through the council or if the town might fund us to do anything. Like, I don't know, I was just brainstorming stuff like could we, I mean, I think the Albion does like craft fairs and art fairs, but like if we could get involved with theirs or put on our own somewhere.
We could certainly
if we
have the
could-
space to do it, because that's
if
one
we
of the
could
areas where,
put up like murals, maybe get like people to submit to some kind of a contest, get the kids in the schools involved with that. I don't know. Those were just like a couple like
Right.
ideas I had floating around.
I love the mural idea, Lindsay.
right. And
Yeah.
Like
and-
in a public place.
Especially in some of like the empty storefronts. I mean, that would probably be involving
be
like
so much
landlords
nicer.
and stuff, but there's so many just like, brown paper on a couple buildings. That
Right.
might be nice to just fill it
and
in for a little
and it-
while.
And again, the desire is to turn Albion, to turn ACE into an art space. So for us to have some sort of a crafting event or some sort of a something, there are pockets and pockets of time. We would need to decide what it was, and then I talk to Dan, and we say, oh, we'd like to take a weekend in February to put on a Badooba Dooba. And then we're on, then we see, oh yeah, February looks fine. We put ourselves on the calendar.
Yeah,
I would
help
suggest we go, we do it. We
help them
really
do a
think about
winter market or something at the
Yeah, I
what
mean,
we want to
I'd
do.
love like that. Did anyone go to that Wakefield, the day by the lake thing? Like that was great with all those
Yeah.
vendors.
Yeah.
And I mean, going to the farmer's market
So
every weekend.
there's
It's
so
so
much
nice.
we can do. It just depends. It's
Yeah.
just organizing it, I think. Maybe
I'm
we
gonna-
wait till we do the grants, wait till we do the panel books and the grants, then have something after that.
I'm gonna write to our new contact. We don't have Carolyn Cole anymore, isn't assigned to our town, to our local council. It's a man now who seems lovely, but I haven't got to know him yet
Right.
or I only communicated with him a tiny bit, but I'll write to him and say, you know, I haven't found anything on the MCC website, but we're a local council that wants to do something. What are our options beyond just getting this bucket of money every year? And
Mhm.
see what he says. And then I'll bring it back to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we abandoning the idea? Because if we're going to do Wakefield 101, we need to have some sort of money allocated and onto the financial report. And that's in the next couple of weeks. Are we abandoning that idea and thinking more about doing an event further on in the year?
I think we could look into just getting some flyers that are kind of general, like here's all of our contact information printed up, or if there's any swag,
that-
not
I
like
think
a
we're
pin
talking
or
about two
something.
different financial years though. And I mean, we've got this $350 that we haven't touched. So,
And if it's a use it or lose it, maybe
Yeah.
we
so that's the big thing I gotta
But, I
find out.
mean-
If we can roll it over, then maybe we roll it over, but
But remember we had, oh, I don't know about, because we put it in an administrative bucket, but remember we had money that wasn't ever collected that we were
And
able
it
to
rolled,
use, yeah.
yeah, and
But
it
I
did
don't know
roll
if there's
over.
some
but was
distinction
that
there.
grant money or is that administrative money?
That's what
That
I'm
was-
saying. I don't know. I don't know because
It was grant money. We had grant
That
money
was
left
grant
over
money,
last year.
yes.
And technically, I think they let us get away with rolling it over this year because it was so late in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
And it
last
wasn't
year,
a- it
last
wasn't a
year they would
lot.
not let us do that. When we had that thing with the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, yeah.
But wasn't that where the money came from? It was the Boys and Girls Club money?
No, well, okay, there were a couple of things. So we had Marilyn Morales who never
Oh, that's
finished the
right. Yeah.
paperwork.
Yep.
And then I think Boys and Girls Club was the year before.
And they let us roll that.
They did not let us roll that. Remember we had to split it up with
Yep.
we split it up to like 3 other places that had already gotten money.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Send out 2 grant letters, which is why another reason why we're running a little
That's
late.
right. Yes, that's right. But at least they let us distribute it. They didn't take it away
Yeah, they
from
let
us.
us distribute it. They didn't
Yeah.
take it back, but they
Yeah.
said we had to give it to somebody.
Yeah.
And then the following year we had extra money, and because we were running so behind, I think they were just like, you can do that, but this is an exception, not a rule.
Okay. You know, so do you want me to ask that when I send that email about just generally, should I ask him about specifically, we have,
Yeah, I mean, I can look at the handbook too, but if you can ask, that I can't hurt, right?
Right.
so we have is it $350?
We have $350 in admin.
We set it aside for administrative.
Yeah, and we thought we were
Um,
going to use it on the event, and we didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him and then I'll socialize it back to you guys
Mm.
when he answers. And that was in our,
At some point, we were going to use it for printing costs if we were going to get a tablecloth or something like that. If we were going to
that's
do
right,
table
and a
events, but
sign.
in fact, I think we even had somebody design something, and then it didn't happen
Yeah, okay, okay,
because we had somebody on the team that could do some graphic design, and she priced it out, but we never did anything with it.
okay.
This is what
Okay.
happens when you've been on the council this long.
I know. I know.
If we want to do a table at Wakefield 101, I think, and I don't think it would take much graphic design, but I can look into like how much it would cost to get a bunch of cheap pens.
Yeah.
And then we get like a bowl of candy and we could just like see if it's like I don't even know when you like it hasn't come up on my radar for applying or like saying when it's going to be, but I think like it would, like we could throw something together
Yeah.
Right.
if we want to do it.
Also, is there a fee just to have a table?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so. I don't think it's like that.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
for that one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not a. I
Who
can.
puts it on? Who do we look? Who do we ask?
It's either
Is
through
it Dan?
It's either through Dan or through the library. Why do I feel like it's through the library? Um,
Because I
maybe
have to email Dan about some stuff. Anyway, and I'm emailing him tomorrow. Why don't I ask him
Yeah,
they put on,
if you're emailing already, just see what the
yeah, I'll
um
ask them about that.
yeah, because then I can look up and like get us, like some items. I don't think any of it would be so
Right.
expensive that it
And
like
I would
would
volunteer to
budget.
sit at the table and talk about us. I
That's
mean,
great
I,
'cause
I won't volunteer for doing a flyer, but
I will
but
probably be, yeah, and I can do, I mean, I've got Canva, I can do all of that kind of stuff. I probably wouldn't be able to really sit at it because I think I'll probably be sitting, I may likely be sitting across the room at the
right, but I can
HRC.
easily sit at the table, so
Yeah.
that's no problem at all.
But yeah, so look,
Okay.
see if you can find out like when and who.
And who? I
Um,
will do that.
yeah,
Absolutely. And
great.
I'll email us and
All right.
say, I found out it's going to be, and and this is how we apply. I'll even apply for us if, unless Laurie has to for some reason, but but
Yeah.
I will find that all out in the next, hopefully within the next few days. I'm not
Is
sure Dan is working tomorrow.
is
Great.
is
So
Wakefield 101 for like new
it's new people.
residents?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's pretty much it's all of the groups, like CAT is there, HRC, it's like you get some stuff on like environmental,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all,
ESC is
yeah.
there. The
I'm,
chamber is there probably. A whole lot of different
yeah,
organizations are there.
it's a good, I liked it because I
I
went
like
when I
it.
first moved here
Can
and
you remind
found
me what
out
the date is on
about a
that
lot of these
again?
groups. As for whether it's going to reach like tried and true artists who have been in Wakefield for, X amount of years, probably not, but it is a good way to maybe get some more council members,
Ooh,
do
ooh,
that sort of
ooh,
thing.
ooh. In terms
Yeah.
of reaching tried and true artists and maybe making people aware, oh, but the grant cycle's already closed. That's true. Cancel my
Next
thought
year.
next
Next
year.
year.
Well, I
Cancel
mean,
my thought
we can
next
start
year.
talking about it now for next year.
Yeah. Because, yeah, let's cancel that. I just erased that thought. Done.
The only other, I have one, if we're up to matters unanticipated.
Well, just quickly, can somebody remind
Yes,
me what the date is for Wakefield 101 again, please?
we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Okay,
I'm
Perhaps
going to
I thought
find
it was
out about
October.
when
yeah,
and how we apply and all of that. I'll
Okay.
find out in the next few days.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
cool.
And
Thank
I
you.
will let all of us know. I'll send us an email.
I thought it
So I'll
was
take,
around somewhere and I just couldn't find it and I was blind.
no, I have no problem doing that. And I'll sit at the table. I have no problem doing that.
Cool.
Hopefully it won't be on a night I've got another meeting. That's the only problem. Like the only thing that would really be problematic is this board that I'm on for me to miss a board meeting. So I don't know what day of the week Wakefield 101 is. That would be a problem for me. Other than that, everything else is flexible and missable. So I'll let us all know. Okay. And
Um,
we
that sounds great. I have that note in here and
and
actually,
we should think about who's going to put together some sort of a flyer or something. Because that I don't mind doing the other things, but
yeah,
I'm not
once if we apply and we're doing it, I can
okay.
put together that kind of stuff.
Okay.
We could get, if we wanted to do pens, I don't know if we can do the MCC logo, but we could certainly do the WAC logo. And we
Yep.
could do like, what's the one that does business cards and they also do like pens and little
There are a
giveaway?
few
Vistaprint.
Oh,
Vistaprint
everybody does.
and a few other ones.
I have
Yeah.
more pens with little logos and initials on it.
I'll just gather them all up. We'll put them in a bowl. Um,
Incredible.
no, yeah, I'll look. I have on here that I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Um,
Not very expensive.
um,
Diana, did you have another question before we move to any other business? It was about the date of the
Yeah,
thing
we
that we
don't know
don't
what it
know.
is, so
Okay.
that
Okay.
answers my question.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we can go to any other business now.
I have just one matter that I wanted to kind of put out there. I think that, um, the way I have an idea in my head of how it will be handled, but I think that HRC might be applying for a grant this year, and it's been
Excellent.
my
Love the
understanding.
crossover. Love the
But it
crossover.
was my understanding that I would just recuse myself of voting,
Yes, yes.
I
and
think
Good
so.
idea. Yes.
so I don't know. So the only kind of task I have is can I just recuse, is like a question perhaps for the Mass Cultural Council. Do I just recuse myself from that one group of voting, or do I have to, how much do I need to be out of it?
Yeah, I
basically?
remember this from the very first meeting that I went to that was a voting meeting that year that we did the voting, and Caroline, what was her name, Diana? What was Caroline's? Doesn't matter. She was um she was talking about that, and she said at that time it was just the one thing that person was
Okay.
involved in. They had to remain, I don't think they had to like go off the call or anything, but they had to remain
No, but
silent on
they
the.
could, yeah, they
Right.
basically
Because
just sat out.
I have the
Yep.
exact same conflict potentially. I may know somebody who's applying, and I would recuse myself as well. So I had exactly the same question. I was going to try to look at the site and see. I would hope, I mean, if me and Jess, and if we couldn't do any voting at all, we've almost lost our quorum.
Yeah,
So
I think, I
but if
just
it's
want,
I
if you have,
believe it's just the one area that
yeah,
you have a
okay,
conflict. It's not everything.
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, and if you
If I remember
happen,
from the handbook, which I did read like 4 years ago.
nice. I'll look at the handbook as well, and then
Okay.
if you happen to talk to Lori, the new contact.
Yes, I wrote it down because
Great.
while I'm sending him an email about other things, I'll just mention that too,
Yep.
that, and I'll give him the examples, because I do think it's a tricky thing. It's like you're the chairperson actually of this other council, and this other council is, so it is kind of a unique situation versus like it's possible that we'd have a member that's actually applying for their own grant for something that they were doing. There's all different.
Right. And
So I'm going to
and
ask specifically about this situation, and we'll see what he says.
and I don't want to go into details about this because I'm not sure of what is exactly going on in terms of this person applying, but I may in a way be connected to somebody who's applying. And then I
Okay.
absolutely have to recuse myself from that.
Yeah,
I
I
would
think
think
it's
that
just that
particular
one
grant.
vote, though. I
I
don't
think
think
it's
it's
just
for
that, I think
everything.
we're gonna
Yeah.
find that it's just the one
But I'm
thing.
not
and
sure
then
yet if
Uh-huh.
that person's doing it. So
I'll circle
Yeah.
back when he answers, but we
okay.
need you
Awesome.
guys to vote on all the other things. So I think it
Right.
will turn out
Yeah.
that you will be totally fine with everything else and
I
just the
mean,
one
if it's,
thing that.
yeah, we just keep our mouths shut and our ears closed and our eyes
Yeah, and
closed
I'm not
during
giving any insider information away in the
That's right.
meantime.
It was all part of the ethics quiz you had to take when
Yes, I
this
Yes,
remember that.
started.
I took it fairly
Yeah.
yes,
recently.
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
I have
Um,
to take a bunch of those kind of things for work, and then they quiz you, and it's like feel like I've been paying attention, but then you get the quiz and it's like I picked the wrong thing, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Ours is
it's
open book at least.
like, oh
um,
no, you're gonna end up with the SEC after me or something.
Right.
God.
um,
Anyway, okay, so that's good. That's great.
so then I think that that's us, and we're just coming up on 8 o'clock if we want
Okay,
to make
awesome.
a
Our
motion
timing
to
is
adjourn.
amazing.
Yeah,
This is great. Okay, I motion to adjourn.
great.
I
Second,
second.
Oh, who wants it?
Diana can have it.
All right, sounds good.
Jess, how do you want to handle the minutes up to Sherry at town hall? Like,
I'll just send, I'm gonna
you
make the
email them
edits,
to her?
turn them into a
Okay.
PDF, and I'll send them to her, and I'll copy you on it so that I'll say I'm saying right now I'll copy you on it just to keep myself honest.
Okay, awesome.
Sherry Dalton, if you see this, I'm doing it. I
We're all
swear
doing it,
I
Sherry.
swear
We're being
I'll keep myself
upfront.
honest.
Lieber,
So,
Caroline Lieber. That was her name.
Oh, that was her name. Yeah, she was lovely. Yeah.
I'm
Caroline
so
Lieber.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
so yeah, then do all approve motion to adjourn?
Motion to
approve,
Yes.
adjourn.
yes.
Yes.
Approved, yes. All right, so next you'll hear from me probably is either the responses from the guy or our contacted MCC or the doodle poll. And then it was so great to see all you guys tonight.
Yeah.
And you'll hear from me about Wakefield 101
Oh, sounds
sometime
good.
next
Yeah.
week.
I'll
Okay,
send
great.
out, actually I can send, I'll send the finished notes, the approved notes to the town, but I'll send these out to everybody so that they have a list of the
Yeah.
things they've agreed to do. I bolded it.
Awesome.
All right.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
And if anything changes about the date that I have to have the administrative funds earmarked, I will let you know.
Great.
Okay. All
Cool.
right.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.